My journey's been long, had to be strong, weather the storms. Wouldn't believe if I told you what's going on. My sides, they keep on switching. Money is getting different, my posture is straight. I'm out of my mind, not out of place, just needed some space. Lost in the void, try to avoid the effects of all my causes. Turn my losses into lessons learned. We don't get a second turn. Looking back on life, had to keep it together.
Yo, it's your boy Rem the Reaper. I'm here to talk my shit. On episode 4 to talk your shit. You can find me on Apple Music, Spotify. You already know. Like the way y'all bitches nowadays, like no funny shit. Like I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like how y'all want a man with like quadruple what y'all got? Like no funny shit. If y'all working part time, let's say if y'all making like 20,000 a year, y'all can't be asking for a man that's making fucking 6 and 7 and 8 figures. Like, are you serious? While you still be on your city girl shit, dotting whatever the fuck you want to be, talking about some, oh, I'm independent, or all this other shit. And then the flip side of this is, oh, if he's a man, why can't he, that's how real it is. How come he can't take care of everything? This, that, and the third. Why can't he be a traditional man? Are you a traditional woman? No. And then let's like, can you even bring something to the table? Something. Like, even if I'm making the food, at least bring the plates. Do you have a fork? How are we supposed to eat? Like, teach me something. Show me how to fish. Chase your dreams. Stop listening to this negativity shit. I don't care if it's trash. Even if it's trash, if you think it's nice, just try to perfect it so people won't think it's trash. Like, it may sound crazy now, but that's some people don't see the beauty in some people's art. You just gotta keep pushing and just keep polishing it. Like, so everything is not for everybody. Like, literally everything is not. So you have to have subcategories in order to catch interest into everybody. Like, yes, you have one artist, he does X, Y, and Z. What else did he do? Does he do A, B, and C? Can I get an E, F, G? Like, do you have these sequences like to make you not just a one-trick pony, so you can just be diversified and just, catch all types of audiences. Like, I just seen, like, not even too long when Sleepy dropped his fucking album, the nigga was doing the fucking bar mitzvah. Like, he worked with, doing shows with Jewish niggas. He getting money. That's how you network. Whoever his agent is, shit. Whoever his manager is, that nigga working, doing the bar mitzvah.
This is the part where you got 60 seconds, where you can either talk shit or live your truth, where you could either talk about something you feel about passionately, or you could just talk shit about something, no matter what it is. It's your moment.
So, first of all, I want to get a lot off my chest. I have to apologize to this man. He's an artist. He goes by the name of Shhhh. It's D-Block from Yonkers, New York. I called him personally the worst rapper out of the groups of New York.
He the worst nigga in the group.
Who?
He not even the best. He not better than the best nigga on Terror Squad. Let's talk about the Remy smoked that nigga. Let's talk. Yeah, Shhhh.
She is Remy better than
She
that.
is that. So then I put my case. That's it.
About
He's the
what?
worst nigga in New York. Coming out of New York, he's the worst nigga. He made it, but he is the worst nigga coming out of New York. Out of the groups. No, that's not groups. Jim better than this nigga. Yayo better than this nigga. Who is he better than? Give me a hotline from Sheik right now. No, give me a hot song by Sheik. Not a verse, not a feature. Give me a song. I'm waiting. That's all. That's what I'm saying.
He showed me at the verses. That boy good. That boy is good. You talk about longevity, rapping ability. You talk about that. He got that. Like, not to say that he didn't have that before, or I didn't believe that he didn't have it before. Like, put my personal feelings aside. I just felt like he was the weakest person out the group out of New York. But then he showed me. He didn't even show me flashes. He just showed me he still had it. So I had to get that off my chest, man. Like, that was crazy. And then another thing, like, I guess one of the niggas out of Dipset is the worst than the niggas out of New York now, because that shit was crazy. Like, And this ties back into the apology to Shhh, because you know, like, because there's other groups in New York, and then like there's other groups in New York, like niggas be having like they're the worst out of their camp, but now they're like some of like the most populous people, like, you know.
For
like,
example, like who?
Like no diss to K Flock, cause I fuck with K Flock, but not for real. K Flock is fire, but if he's in the group. Like I'm me personally, like, you know, I make music, so I'm a lyrical person, so I go for bars before energy, type shit. So out of K Flock, B Love,
and Dougie
B, I'm saying he's not the worst person, as in like the energy, but in terms of like the bars and the flow, I feel like.
Well, he did say he just started after he came home.
He did, so, but if he did that to be the most populous one out of the group. Like that's
well,
a feat right
well, his sweat. Well, that's like, for instance, like Method Man. When Method Man first came out,
that nigga was nice.
He was nice, but he wasn't the most lyrical in Wu.
Of course.
But as time went on, his pen got tremendous. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate with that. See, Method had a talent, so and his talent was, as I'm saying,
energy and his hustle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So people gravitate towards that more, and everybody in the Wu, they had their own thing. They did. But they were mainly lyrically, and they were mainly bar heavy, like that. Yeah. Method had bars too, but it was more like swag, it was like that. That's why everybody
brought the fun to it.
Yes, so that's why everybody gravitated towards Method. So that in that sense,
I can agree with that.
So then the time that Method spent with them, that got his pen, and then he mixed everything all together to put it in the pot.
Yeah, because remember he had his own single deal with Def Jam as well. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't just that he had to be nice with Wu and just go there as a crew thing and just get in where he fit in. He also had his own individual product that he had to put out and market.
It was like a family thing. With the Wu Clan, basically Wu-Tang. Yeah, like that was just like, yo, what you doing? Yo, hear this, hear that. Yo, that's fire. I would have said it like this. Hear this shit I wrote. Like when you around people who do it like that heavily, it's hard not to even challenge yourself, because it's like, damn, I wrote this. The people like it, but my peers are like, So who am I really doing it for? Like, who am I really trying to impress?
Exactly. At the same time,
and from a different
it's like, yeah, you rhyming with your people and you up in there and you doing your thing. People like, yo, this is fire, but your man know your whole joint. How do you know that? Because we already done rehearsed this. We probably did this 1,000 times.
Million.
To the point to, like, when he first heard it, he was feeling it. Now that he know all the words, when it's game time, you will understand. Exactly. You be like, those dudes up there wild. Nah, they living with what he talking about. They know he's a spokesperson. He's that guy. You understand?
Nah, that's a fact. And who else is another? What's another group?
So let me ask you a question.
K Flock.
So go ahead.
Like it's like because that's the Bronx scene. Because I'm gonna do the same, play devil's advocate, and do the same thing for Brooklyn. Okay.
Because the drill scene is kind of slowed down in Brooklyn. But go ahead.
In terms of slow down, like a lot of the people who are underground, they're now mainstream in terms of Busy Banks, 26 AR, and stuff like that. Like those. Yeah, he like mainstream now. Damn yeah. He not underground. To me, underground right now is Busy Banks. Not Busy. Leaky G Band though. He run with Busy. Leaky G, and who else I listen to in Brooklyn?
Leaky G Band though, yeah. I heard a couple of songs. I can't call the names offhand, but I've heard a couple of his joints. He's decent.
In terms of like underground,
but you know what I'm saying? It's not like I've listened heavy to his joint, but I've heard him because of Busy.
See, that's crazy. I heard of Busy because of Leaky.
No, I heard because you were playing Busy, and by me playing Busy, I played a couple of his songs with Leaky on it. You understand? And that's how I made the association. You understand?
So I'm trying to think of like another trio. I'm gonna just do that duo because like it's hard to do the Brooklyn scene because like to me like if you can't really compare Leaky and Busy because they have two different flows, they have two different styles, and it's to me it's not crazy or out of this world.
That's like mixing Sleepy and Chef.
It's like
because they're two different, but they're compatible, but they're different.
It's like mixing Eli and Sleepy. Like I'm gonna use those. I'm gonna use those.
Eli
three.
Frost?
Yeah, I'm gonna use those three: Sleepy, Eli Frost, and Chef G. I'm gonna use those three because they don't sound the same, but you can like if a new person will listen to all three of them on the same track, they'll be like they'll think it's just two people or one or two people instead of three.
Okay.
Because to me, this is how I find the difference between the three. To me, Eli got the most. Eli's bar heavy. Like even if he used Sleepy flow, if he have his own flow, whatever, Eli is bar heavy. Sleepy is like the swag. He's like method. Yeah. He has like the swag. He brings like the fun to it.
Really?
Chef is like the hardcore, like kind of like hardcore shit. He not too bar heavy. It's not too much swag. It's more like that.
It is what it is. You know what time it is for me.
Yes, that's Chef. That's literally Chef. So like out of if you want to, like I just said, go back earlier. I go on lyrical before energy. So out of those three, I'm gonna go Sleepy, Eli, and Chef. But like, of course, everybody will have like Chef, Sleepy, and Eli. Everybody got Eli last, of course.
Yeah, because he's still making his bones.
Yeah, basically. But Eli's disgusting.
Well, let me ask you something. Since you put Shhh in that role, who would you put in that role now with the knowledge that you know now? Who would you say is that person that will replace him in that role?
And I would
doesn't matter what era.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
Because I don't want you to limit your answer.
No, because I'm thinking about people like Chingy and like
Chingy?
Yeah, like because out of the DT, he was. But if you think about, remember, if you put them around people, yeah, they're different.
Nah,
he had bars.
Changed the game.
He did. But
and he brought the swag.
But look,
no,
listening.
No, but that's documented. That transvestite that came out and lied on him. Fuck this whole.
Remember, I go off of lyrical before energy. So now I'm looking at longevity. I'm thinking
because at that time they pushed Nelly shit.
Of course.
That singing.
Nelly was
decent enough, but it's for the ladies. It's like if I come there to the show, it's like
Nelly,
I ain't gonna really hit too much music that really gonna make me jump or dance. This is really for the girl I bring with me, or my little sister or cousin or something.
But Nelly was St. Louis. Probably still is.
No, not saying that he wasn't.
But when
I'm just saying the content of music that he put out was more pop music. Yeah. It wasn't really like the other. Right? No, I was saying as far as Nelly.
Oh yeah, Nelly.
You know what I'm saying? He made more pop music. He had underground music. That's when he was coming up. But that was in his city. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That was local support. Example, even when they did his verses with Ludacris, he did songs where he was like, yeah, this this song about people, if you know, this, that. And people listen to the song and they're like, they don't know how to comment because they didn't even know these songs existed.
And it's not even that. And then this is what I wanted to. This is really what I want to apologize Shhh for. I didn't think, even listening back then to D Block and me saying Styles my favorite, Jada, and me just putting Shhh last, basically, only because I didn't think his bars, his songs went and like basically get better over time. When he was spitting that shit on live, he doing that. I'm like, oh, this shit is hot.
The whole time he was sitting there chilling.
And I'm like, this nigga don't got nothing. This nigga better. This nigga nigga freaky. Like he not gonna do nothing.
No, but see,
but this nigga.
What you don't remember is that night. What I was saying, I was like, you gotta understand, he's spitting between two legs.
Listen, we not gonna violate my nigga Shhh.
We not violating.
Listen,
he's
let me ask you this question.
He's not fired.
Let me ask you this question. He was spitting next to two legends. Do you think he was able to hold his weight or he wasn't?
What you think Banks was doing?
No, we ain't talking about Banks.
I just want to know.
We ain't talking about Banks. We talking about Shhh. Shhh was rhyming next to two legends. Do you think he held his weight or yes or no? Do you think he held his weight? Yes or no? Yes or no?
You know why he didn't like J Hood? Because J
ain't about J Hood, my nigga.
No, yes it is. Yes it is. There's a reason. There's a reason. No, there's a reason. There's literally a reason.
J Hood ain't got nothing to do with
this.
Yes,
it does, because J Hood said his
no,
like, yo.
Because the question was asked, do you think he held his weight?
No. J Hood did a better job.
He's gonna get downplayed if he don't spit on that level, but when he's spitting is decent and lethal. But compared to what his people is spitting,
you gotta go. You gotta go
hard. But I told you he was the gorilla nigga.
He was the security. He was the silverback. Whatever.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but listen, he was nice. But
you know what song they should have played at the verses? The D Block, Dipset, D Block, he cock bang for a nigga. If they'd have played that, that'd have been, ooh, this not a verses no more. This a concert.
What they should have did is brung motherfucking Dipset off the fucking bench and called in J.R. Ryder.
J Hood was in there. They would have put J Hood out for all of that. Like, J Hood would have came out and I'd have got crazy. Hey, it was J Hood.
J Hood was crazy. But that would have been fly though.
That would have been
You understand?
But the worst nigga out the group.
No,
like, you talk about groups. Like, if I have to involve different cities and different states and stuff like that. The group, the worst nigga. I might need some time. I can't give you a quick answer because New York was
give me who's in the debate right now for it.
Debate right now, in terms of like where
since Shhh was wrongfully placed.
He was.
You understand?
He was.
Who would replace him in that category? But we won't even do who it is. Let's say who's in the category of next up for that position.
Oh, that would be nice.
Being that he was removed.
Cause like a lot of people was overlooked. Like if you look at Young Money, like Gutter was overlooked. Even Jay Mills at the time, back then, Jay Mills probably still got some fire right now. But back then, when you got somebody who has like that momentum going and who has that heat.
Everybody's on the books for artists, but everybody's not an artist. That artists has certain things.
They have to have certain stipulations for them to get paid.
Certain niggas you just like around because they can get women.
Who's the worst nigga? I mean, there's a lot of people you can include, because if you factor in Young Money, there's a lot of people like that shouldn't even been on Young Money, like Lil Twist and stuff like that, people like.
What was Lil Twist's role? He was the young Lil Wayne.
That's what I'm saying. The only reason why.
Lil Wayne looked at him as the new Lil Wayne.
Basically, and he was fooled. But what's someone call it?
He is, but he found a way to get money without getting money without all the responsibilities.
First of all, niggas know Lil Twist for two things: robbing Kyle Massey at gunpoint and being signed by Lil Wayne. The only two things I know about him. But the only reason why I went so hard for Sheik because I held him at a standard so high because who he was around. So I'm trying to find somebody in the group who had a stature because when you I'm an old school person. So when people be like, oh, what's a popular group in New York, whatever. Of course, I'm Queens, but I'm say G Unit and D Block, of course. But in my as of course from Queens. But in my heart is like D Block, G Unit, it's one of those. So
there is no G Unit. It's only the G and the unit is broke up.
Don't do that because but
you know he can get back with Banks.
It's not even that. 50 could fix everything with everybody except for Buck. But he cannot fix that with Buck.
But why should he fix something? Why should I go harder for something that you won't go hard for?
It's not even that. It's
you see how successful I am, and you over there, and then you gonna come back and try to do some of the same shit, and you don't get the buzz of this or that. Why? Because the machine ain't behind you. Why? Because you ain't never upgrade.
It's not who Banks.
Yes.
Leave Banks alone. But what's gonna call it? So boom, that's what I'm saying. And hold on.
So you raising your daughter, you stayed on social media, but now you still trying to mess with music and do what?
Listen.
No, you trying to do what? Because if you're trying to be successful in music, and if you're trying to be the nicest nigga, you can do that in your crib.
He's just right now. I feel like Banks is at a point where he's just trying to be I could do what I did with 50 with them.
No, 50. You cannot.
And
not with the same plan from 19 whatever.
No, he could still be an artist, but he probably won't be as successful as he was while he was with 50.
He won't be as successful
because
he won't do the things it takes to be successful. And I'm not saying he has to go and sell out and do something. I'm just saying with the new technology and new ways of doing certain things, he's not with it. He doesn't even want to get on social media.
Because he's a real nigga.
But it's about marketing.
You kill your marketing team. You can have the dopest project in America for the next 2 decades. But if you don't have the proper marketing for people to know about what you're doing and what's going on, and people see you and check you, it's like you've been hiding. It's like you think you got Michael Jackson status. Michael Jackson is the only person, that one of the few I know, could go and chill for 5 years and then come back. But when he come back, he got a whole rollout.
And he could still make...
No, but he got a whole rollout when he come out.
Yeah.
It's like you ain't seen me in 5 years, you forgot about me, but boom, bam. And he goes on tour for the next 2 years off that album. Banks dropped what, Cody? I ain't hear about one show he did.
Because you gotta look at the demographic.
What demographic am I looking at?
Who's like, no funny shit, unless like...
Who he promoted it to?
No, wait, no. And then this is Ashanti's case. This is bring up Ashanti too.
She's redoing her album right now.
That's what I'm saying, and this is why. And then this is Irv had a point too. Only this Irv point. Only your loyal, die-hard fans are probably either going to show up to your shows or buy your projects, and that's probably not the target money audience or money budgeting that you're trying to aim for, because you want more than that, because you know you can get more than that. Like, yes, you appreciate your die-hard fans, but you always want the new fans. You always want to stay relevant. And I like a lot, like the people who I hang around don't even know about Lloyd Banks, and that hurts me. That's what I'm saying. Not like
Jay-Z wasn't doing what he was doing, people wouldn't even know who Jay-Z is.
Facts.
Cause right now, even my son's generation, my son was just saying he just went through Jay-Z's catalog. He's 20 years old. Like he's been hearing about Jay-Z since he was born. He was like, yeah, but mom. The other day he was just telling me, like a couple weeks ago, he's telling me, yeah, but I just finished listening to the Black album. Now I gotta listen to he's listened to all his joints in the catalog, album by album by album. I'm like, yo, you live the album. Like, what are you doing? What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
You don't know different. That. You don't know that until you listen.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's why some people call Jay the GOAT, because he like basically like you know, I already told you I'm my top 5. So.
Who's your top 5 again? Just so we have that on record.
Alright, so like I told you, I'm Queens biased. So like my 5 is really don't make it makes sense, but it don't make sense.
Who's your 5?
I got Nas, Rakim, 50 Styles, and Jada. Like, that's my 5. Like, ain't nobody gonna argue that. Like, I mean, they gonna argue.
It's yours.
That's what I'm saying. It's mine. It's my 5. You know, I throw some other people in there. You know, some honorable mentions. You know,
like who?
Oh, you know, Wayne, Jay. You know.
So Jay-Z gets an honorable mention.
He not. If he was from Queens,
you
he'd have
just
been.
said Queens.
That's what I said. Queens bias. He got an honorable mention. He's from Brooklyn. If he was from Queens, he'd make it. Listen, Biggie, and that's what make this clear. Biggie and Pac don't count because those is legends. We don't count legends, man. We don't count legends.
So Jay's not a legend. He's in the Hall of Fame.
No, he's still alive.
He's not a living legend? Because you made Kiss one of your top 5, and he calls himself top 5 dead or alive.
Because that's Kiss. I don't go for it. Nobody can put that nigga's disgusting. But I feel like Styles better than him. So Styles. That's why I just put them like back to back. So I don't really gotta argue. So I mean, I just don't count Big and Pac because, you know, they was influencers. They really, like, I feel like those is pioneers who started the game. So you really having them on a Mount Rushmore is just like, that's cheap. That's like they gonna do everybody's Mount Rushmore. So, you know, without counting them, that's my 5.
Well, you can say that about Jay as well, and a few other people. But that's neither here nor there. That's your assessment.
Only nigga from Brooklyn going to my top 5 is Biggie. That's it.
Oh shit! But you just said he's a legend, so he doesn't go in the top 5. You just contradicted yourself, crazy.
I said if you rewind the tape, I said my top 5 without including Biggie and Pac is what I just stated.
Okay.
My 5 with Biggie and Pac would be a little different.
Okay.
Because, you know, other people in there, like, you know, like Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, a lot of people like that would be into that list.
So let's do top 5 by borough.
Oh, bro.
Let's see.
We're not gonna do all the boroughs. Let's just do Brooklyn, Queens, and Harlem.
Brooklyn, Queens, and Harlem. Alright, we gonna start out.
Brooklyn.
Hate them niggas. Oh. It's easy, really. Brooklyn really easy. It's really Big J. Alright, so it's really Big J. I got Joel Ortiz, Fab. Who else we get?
So you put Joel Ortiz before Fab?
Joel Ortiz is disgusting. That nigga, that nigga is really not. Fab is really like swag. Fab got bars, Fab bars
Whatever you say. I beg to disagree, but
I'll agree to disagree. Joel Ortiz bars I'll be like this for like 2 days. I'll be like, God, what the fuck this nigga say? I be wanting to apply that shit to my life.
In Brooklyn is Big J Fab. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
No, you could do that. Mine is Big J, Joel Ortiz, Fab, and who else I had? Man, Pop got that.
No, you wouldn't give an honorable mention because, you know what I'm saying? Well, they did put out 3 albums, which I don't really count 2.
What?
Pop Smoke.
Let's listen. I could listen to everybody play this song.
Queens
is a little tricky because, of course, I'm gonna have Nas and Rakim not going nowhere.
No, Rakim ain't from Queens.
He not from Queens, where you from? From the Bronx. See,
he Brooklyn or Strong Island, but yeah,
from where?
Strong Island.
He not from Staten Island. That's crazy.
Strong Island's Long Island.
Oh, Allah! Nigga, that's Queens. I don't care what he used to be. I don't care. Everybody used to go to Harlem to rap. Everybody not from Harlem. Come on, come on.
Who's your five?
Like Nas Rockin' that nigga from Queens. That nigga from Queens. I got Nas. I'm from Far Rock, so I gotta put Stack up there. 50. 50 for gold. Alright, so I got Nas, Stack, 50. I don't want to give Chinks the honorable mention. Chinks was worth to be up there too. I was going for his tapes too. I even went to I went to the first Summer Jam. He was on the pre-show too. I was there too. So he was on his way too.
Definitely was.
He definitely was on his way. R.I.P. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying these people on the list because they died. Like, these niggas was really on their way. Stacks was different. He was the first person to get the XXL cover. He started this XXL shit. That's what I'm saying. Niggas from Queens set trends. All these niggas from Brooklyn. No, nigga, it's the niggas from Queens, bro. Like, we originally started. Nobody heard of the XXL cover. Nobody made it high. Stack was the first nigga. First.
No, he wasn't.
Well, first nigga I heard about that XXL cover.
Maybe solo, but they always had a freshman class.
Yeah, they always had a freshman class, but I never even checked it until he had it on there. I was like, what the fuck is this nigga?
This camera was on me.
Hey. Kobe, guys. Like, that's like my first time I actually really get into music. I'm looking at this nigga. And I seen this like, yo, that XXL freshman come out. What this XXL? I never even heard of the freshman cover. Because I really wasn't into music back then. I was more of a gamer. Like, now, I'm like, I do music now, so I'm be trying to. Back to the 5. So I had Nas, I had Stack, I had 50. Give me Chinks, and because Chinks was on his way too, and give me LL because he changed the game. I mean, before niggas wasn't on videos with the 6-pack bagging bitches and all that. They wasn't doing all of that, and they wasn't doing all of that. Like I said, Queens been doing this, my nigga. And that's my 5 and my reason for Queens.
Me? For Queens?
Queens is different.
It's been Run DMC.
See, I wasn't alive. I can't, that's what I'm saying, I wasn't alive.
For me.
That's what I'm saying, I wasn't
Run
alive.
DMC, LL,
Seats.
Cool G Rap, Nas.
50?
Yeah. Because after that, it's
that gap.
CNN or Mobb Deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could
Mobb Deep was cool, but like they was like, they gave me like a Wu-Tang vibe. Like they just like, they was good. Like they had their own thing, like, but they needed something else. They was missing like, I don't want to say swag because they had their own swag, but they was just missing like something to make them like the right type of marketing or something. Let me see that. Because everybody was popping. Everybody was nice. But then you need more than that. When you in the industry, you need is more. You need other intangibles.
To talking shit. What is your idea of a dope MC? Let's go NBA 2K style. What is your creative plan? What do you think of the elements it takes to make a dope MC?
First you have to have, the most important to me, you have to have cadence and flow, because your bars could be trash, but if you have that cadence and flow, to a person to listen to your song once or twice because they even like the flow of your voice, that's the first two things that's important. After that, like I said, you lyrically, you don't have to like have like quad, like 5 times 10 entendres, but have some double entendres in there. Have some beat-bar heavy, beat-bar savvy, like have some crazy shit. Like bars is important to have niggas be like. I had people rewind like my whole song over off of one bar. Like, and how the fuck did he just rewind the whole thing back? And that's just crazy, like off of one bar. So bars are important. So those are my top 3 things. So cadence, flow, and bars.
Cadence, flow. Those are the 3 ingredients you feel will make you a creative MC. Yeah,
like those 3. If I had to put a 5 on it, I would put like how, like basically like how catchy, like can you make a song basically like even if you are repetitive, like is it a good repetitiveness, like you know, like
so you talking about creativity?
Yeah, creativity, that would be 4th, and the 5th one would be I guess like it would be, I guess, breath control. I guess I don't know if that makes sense, like you know where you punch in and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that would kind of.
That would go for cadence, right?
Yeah, like cadence, flow.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For the 5th one, I just got those 4 for right now.
What about stage presence?
Stage presence is important, even in a cypher, because if you just standing there looking lost and the whole room is just all eyes on you, you looking stupid, like you know, you can't be looking dumb. So like a stage presence, yeah, I guess I'll put that 5, yeah. Or some type of presence, like, or energy.
Okay.
I'll put energy as well.
Energy. So you as an MC, which one of those or which combination of those qualities do you bring?
No order, but like the bars always come first for me. I always make sure like I know it's a bad thing. It's a gift and a curse because I don't give a fuck how I sound. The bars is there, they hand. Cause I make sure the delivery. I mean, they go hand in hand, but you have to, if they do, but it's like a subcategory. Cause you could have the bars, but if it's not delivered right, like a nigga could trade some trash shit, garbage, but if it's delivered right, niggas gonna be like, nah, he just brushed that off. So after the bars, I would have to bring the cadence and flow. Like you have to have like something signature. Like your voice have to be distinct from other people, or your bars have to be separate from people. Like they go hand in hand. And then you always gotta bring the energy. So like those 3 things. So I'll have bars, I'll have the cadence, and I'll have energy. I'll do those 3 things.
That's episode 4, Talking Shit.
Talking shit.
Pulled up my iPhone, about to act Siri, look for a Mary denim. If I feel like I'm in danger, I'm changing like Venom. Breaking the corners, switching the cautious. I'm not from this planet, I'm labeled a Martian. You don't hear from me, you know that ain't true. Saying you spinning, we know that ain't true. Don't know a thing about me, so I'ma tell him. Remember those days when I was just selling? Can't come around me, boy, if you was telling. I knew you was telling. Yeah, about to get rolled on. I'll be with the gang, we so gone. Shorty just hit me, told her come link me. She pulled up with no clothes on. I had enough of that.